Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, stacking the money green. Give me a follow over on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use the promo code JUICE, and a $10 wager turns into $200 if either team scores a touchdown. Good for college and pro. Restrictions apply. Hey, what a night. Wednesday night football. Let's go. Non-Maction Wednesday night football. And don't worry, when Maction's coming, I'll be ready for that as well. Nice little night we got going. 2-1, up 2.2 units of stone cold profit. Yeah, let's go. And then, of course, we got Thursday night football coming up. Got two props. And, of course, I'm on a side because, hey, it's Thursday night football. Let's go, baby. I actually really like this side as well. And, hey, I'm rocking my Eagles hat. Sunday, I will, actually, next time I talk to you guys, I will be in the great state of Arizona for that Eagles-Arizona Cardinals game. Going to be going to that. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. If you're going out to the game or you're an Eagles fan living in Arizona, hit me up. I'll be around. Maybe we can, grab a beer pregame. Go Birds! All right, let's get to it. We'll get the loser out of the way again. Like I said, 2-1, up 2.2 units. Angels lose to the A's, do not cover the run line. Oh man, part of me wanted to just take the A's against them just because, like, hey, it's the last game of the season, anything could happen. And then I was like, oh, you're really gonna go against Ohtani? And then I should have went against Ohtani. This was just classic Angels. Ohtani pitches 5 innings, allows 1 run off a home run. But again, other than that, scoreless. Mike Trout hits his 40th home run of the season. And the Angels, of course, lose their 3rd straight game to the 102-loss Oakland Athletics. So, Angels, disappointing, but probably should have seen that coming. Rangers won 4-2 over the Yankees. I mean, I felt great that we were getting plus odds against an entire team, an entire city that was just going to go nuts down in Texas there. And they had nothing to play for. This was the ultimate hangover spot. Much like we played the Phillies in the hangover spot the night before, this one cashed in at plus 130. So that's always nice little home dog action. Last but not least, UCF. Kind of close there early in the first half. Made some adjustments, and they just lit them up in the second half. There was moments where I was worried about SMU's passing game, but turnovers, I mentioned that being the possible difference there. And then, especially a weird Wednesday night game with the small line here, you got to take the home team. They lit them up 41-16. So shout out to the UCF Golden Knights pulling in a nice 2-unit win, rolling into the weekend. Let's go, baby. Hey, speaking of the weekend, you know what would be awesome this weekend? If you won a Brandon Aiyuk jersey, just go to youtube.com/bettingpros, comment on this very video, subscribe to the channel, and you got yourself a chance to win an autographed Brandon Aiyuk jersey courtesy of Pristine Auction. That thing is looking fresh, fly. What are the kids saying these days? It is not a jersey that is mid. I know mid is bad. I don't know what is what the opposite of it of mid is, but that Brandon Aiyuk jersey, not mid, 100%. All right, gonna start with the handicap here. Matt Ryan, interception over a half. Get that minus 125 over on DraftKings. I'm just in auto fade of this Colts team, auto fade of Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan on a short week, gross. Matt Ryan's already thrown 5 interceptions this season, 4 of them on the road. No Jonathan Taylor. I do think they're going to be playing from behind, so it's going to be even tougher to lean on his running game. I think he's going to be playing from behind, and I think he's going to force some balls into a Denver secondary that's pretty good. I mean, you got Patrick Surtain obviously back there, and just Matt Ryan, like eye test. He does not look right. I know everyone thinks like, oh, it's such a huge upgrade. Finally, we got a quarterback that isn't Carson Wentz. Meanwhile, is Matt Ryan better than Carson Wentz? I was not high on the Colts coming into the season, and they have not disappointed from that perspective. So give me Matt Ryan to throw a pick over a half, minus 125. If that's over on DK. If someone can find a fumble specific prop, I would certainly like to get down on that as well. But that's not out there right now as far as I can see. So give me Matt Ryan over a half interceptions. Next up, Russell Wilson over 229.5 passing yards, -115 over in DraftKings. I know everyone's been making fun of Russ. Hey, he's a line cook. He's, cooking mac and cheese. He's not this. I'm not going to say he's going to be cooking, but again, you don't have to do that much to get to 230 passing yards. I mean, Wilson got to 237 last week against the Raiders, and that was only on 25 pass attempts. So no Javonte Williams. Maybe they open it up a little bit more. Slightly scary betting on Nathaniel Hackett and whatever's going on with that offense. But also over 229.5, I feel like this can come in a couple different ways. Like I like to take props where you can imagine either team winning and you still hitting the prop, or different types of game scripts and you still hitting the prop. Colts are 27th in pass defense DVOA, so I like fading that. 2 times the India defense has been on the road. Both Davis Mills and Trevor Lawrence went over this number, 229.5. And 229.5 is just really, really low. Russ has gone over that twice this year. So, again, I understand the offense has had some struggles, but I think this could be a get-right game against this Colts team that just doesn't look right. And now you're going on the road in Mile High. If there's any time for the Broncos offense to get right, I think it's this game. And I think Danger Russ, God, what a weird nickname. What a weird dude. But Russell Wilson, he's going to get right. I love the matchups for them and the passing offense. Hopefully he can get it figured out. But 229.5 also is just a really low number. And if for some reason the Colts get out to a lead, they're going to have to be throwing from behind, if they play from behind. And even if they're playing from ahead, this number feels very doable for Russell Wilson. Next up, and actually last pick of the slate, Colts at Broncos. I'm on the Broncos -3, -120 over on WynnBET. Get that for 2 units. I also like it at 3.5, but I obviously would rather have the -3, -120 instead of like the 3.5, -105. 2 units on it. I mean, I also like, I won't give this out as a quote-unquote official play, but Broncos to win both quarters. I think they're going to get off to a good start. Colts have lost every first half by an average of 11 points. This Colts team is really bad. Like, let's be honest. They won that game against the Chiefs. It was one of those, like, everyone and their mom is betting on the Chiefs. It's in every tease. Every sort of crazy thing that has to go wrong does go wrong for the Chiefs. I mean, if they don't, whatever the pass rusher said to the ref there that got the Colts to extend that first down and get them to win, they had no business at all winning that game. Shaquille Leonard is out. Darius Leonard is out for the Colts. He's been out a lot. Jonathan Taylor is out, which is obviously huge. Didn't have a great game against the Titans, but again, they need something on offense, and I don't think they're going to have much. Maybe first touchdowns. We'll get to those on the Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. And again, if you're going to that Cards-Eagles game, hit me up in there as well. Phillip Lindsay, maybe a revenge game for the Colts. He just got called up from the practice squad. You got Nyheim Hines. I think overall the Colts are just going to have trouble moving the ball. Matt Ryan, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but he's fumbled 9 times this season. I mean, he is worse than Carson Wentz. And if you go back to when I took the Colts under on the win total, I pointed out one of the reasons was their left tackle, Matt Pryor, who it continues to struggle. He was benched briefly. He is back starting, but he doesn't look amazing. Now he's going to be going up against Bradley Chubb. I think Matt Pryor, they have as the 40th, 47th graded left tackle or graded tackle. I don't think he's going to – I think the Broncos are going to be able to get a pass rush. I think they're going to be able to force turnovers on Matt Ryan, ideally an interception, ideally early, so we're going to have to sweat it out. Although, if I'm being honest, I kind of enjoyed that that Matt Stafford sweat until he got the pick six and really turned the tides. Again, last but not least, get right game for Danger Russ. Oh, and I did find this nugget, which – totally makes sense to me. Since 2016, again, and I'm not like a huge trends guy unless the trends make sense. Like right now, there's a trend of teams coming off the Thursday night game, getting that extra rest and not being good against the spread. To me, it's like, that's too early. It doesn't make sense. This trend makes sense. There's enough data to support it. Since 2016, from game 3 on, and the reason you exclude game 1 or game 2 for the Thursday night games is because, well, game 1, obviously you're not coming off short rest because it's the first game of the season. Game 2, same kind of thing because it's only your second game. But once game 3 hits, that's when you start to see like, hey, our routine's messed up. Travel is tougher. We're banged up. Thursday home favorites are 32-16-1. That's right. Since 2016, from game 3 on, Thursday night games, home teams who are favored 32-16-1, 67% ATS. Let's go, baby. So I am on the Broncos, -3 for 2 units at -120. Russell Wilson over 229.5 passing yards, -115. Matt Ryan over an interception or over a half interception, -125 over on DK. Of course, as always, BetMGM, promo code JUICE, bet $10, get $200 if either team scores a touchdown. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other show, Sports Gambling Podcast. Just picked every NFL game against the spread. Got my best bets coming here. Hey, guys, you know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.